Hi, my name is Dave Phillips. My wife and I moved to Anderson about 7 years ago or so. I've been on church staff for many years and chose to not be on church staff when we moved here, just to try to see what Jesus had in mind for me to do. And what's really been beautiful is that my wife and I have found a place for us to be in ministry together. So we have been serving in the community, trying to get people aware of what resources are available for those that are in need and connect those agencies together. Hope Missions of the Upstate came about as in response to the pandemic. We started with a shower trailer and then grew into a full-blown ministry where we're doing everything from case management to providing breakfast to working with housing, getting people's jobs, identification and things that they need. So basically we came about in response to the pandemic when everybody was told to go home that didn't have a home. We tried to create a family for them and a place for them to be. So that's how we got started, and we've been ministering to people ever since. The mission that we have here really is to be the hands and feet of Christ, to love on people that aren't often loved on, to show people that every person is made in the image of Christ, and we're all equal. We're all brothers and sisters, that we're a low barrier to no barrier place for people to come and be accepted, and we just want to love on people. We serve those that are in deep need, deep poverty, probably a lot of folks that are struggling with addiction, that are struggling with PTSD of some sort. Living on the street creates a PTSD. We serve those that don't have a family, that don't have a place to go. We serve people in the community, first of all, by opening the doors early and offering a cup of coffee. We have breakfast, currently Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Eventually we'll be here Monday through Saturday. We check people in so we know who they are, and we call them by name. The name is important. From there, those that want more, we work with them to either find housing, find jobs, find whatever other kinds of things that they need. One other way that we serve people all the time is we provide clothing. We provide a lot of clothing, especially underwear and socks. We go through a lot of boxer brief underwear, bras, panties, those things that are really disposable for someone that doesn't have a laundry facility and doesn't have access to showers like we do. We go through a lot of that as a result of that. So clothing is a big deal. It's a big part of what we do. I think the biggest struggle that I see is helping people complete the statement, love God, love your neighbor as yourself. They don't love themselves. And so what breaks my heart is people don't see that beautiful creature that God's created. They don't know how to love themselves. So what I struggle with is trying to help people see that, to polish that beautiful diamond off so that they could see that. That's the biggest thing that we struggle with. People don't like themselves. And we tell them, well, Jesus told us to love ourselves. One of my really good friends here, one of my brothers in Christ here, spent 40 years addicted to alcohol. And he's now living in a home, going to a job, got a brand new moped, and he shows up here, plays cornhole, and he's my age, but boy, I tell you what, the weather has worked hard on him for all those years of alcoholism and so forth. But I love to be able to see my brother no longer struggling with that addiction, no longer living on the street, no longer living out in the woods somewhere. So that's a huge victory. Personally touches my heart is the volunteers that have come here and are part of Hope Missions. When I hear them say to me, man, thank you for letting me serve, that's a huge thing for me. Because what I really want people to do, yeah, sure, I want to serve people here and I want people to be able to serve here, but I want people that are what I call warming the pews, to get out here in the game, to get busy, to start doing things, being the hands and feet of Jesus. And when I hear somebody that's here volunteering say, man, I'm so glad I was able to make coffee, I'm so glad I was able to hand that guy a sandwich, or play cornhole, or just talk to somebody, I know heart change is happening. And that's what really warms my heart. And so what I've really tried to do is to see people for who they were created to be. And as I've done that, it's just been such a positive, rich experience that draws me closer to Christ. And as I lead Bible studies, and I tell the guys all the time, I said, you know, I've done this lots, but this time around it's different. Because this time around, it's seasoned with knowledge of lots of people that I've met and talked to that are probably dealing with their worst day of life. They're out on the street, they're out coming in here to get a free cup of coffee. So there's no filter, they are who they are. They're not wearing a mask. They're not pretending to be the church person. They're the real person walking in the door. And when I get to love on that person and show them genuine care, then it changes me because they're being vulnerable. They're just who they are. And I think it helps me be a better servant so that whatever context I'm in, you know, whether I'm sitting in, you know, some fancy banquet or some ceremony or something, or if I'm sitting out here on the street talking to somebody, they all look the same now. And I don't think they did. Well, I know for sure they didn't 10 years ago. But every day it gets better and better. I'm able to see people, I think, a little bit better for the way Jesus saw them, or Jesus sees them. We would like for people to actually come and volunteer and help out. Our website, hopeupstate.org, is the place to go. We've got all kinds of details on hours of the week, and any updates that we might have on that are going to be on the website. But the most important thing is to show up. My wife calls it her superpower of showing up. You just show up. You walk in the door and say, what can I do? And then be open to whatever that might be. It's not going to be strange. It's going to be making coffee, handing out food, maybe cleaning up here or there, but mostly just having a conversation with somebody that you wouldn't otherwise have a conversation with. Find something that makes sense to you, that's your gifting and what it is that you've been called to do. And I hope some of that is here, but that's kind of a selfish thing. What I really want is for you to be the hands and feet of Christ where you were meant to be, whether that's here or somewhere else, but just go do something.
My name is Honey Dillison, and I've been here since day one. I started serving biscuits at the temporary shower on the trunk of my car, and when they opened up this place, I asked them what they were going to fix. They said cereal. I said, why don't you cook? And they said, you want to, so that's how I got involved here. I enjoy doing it. I don't like to see people hungry. And my mother always said breakfast is the most important meal of the day, and I like for them to be full when they leave, and hopefully they are.
I'm Laura Malik, and I have been serving at Hope Missions for about 6 months now. The people that I've met through Hope Missions have become friends, and so when I drive downtown, you'll see me, you know, hey Tommy, hey Daryl, hey Edgar, and so it's just truly changed my life and opened my eyes to not just zip downtown and have a narrow focus on getting to the next meeting or getting to the next event, but there are people in Anderson that are really struggling, and so the fact that I just get to love on them a couple days a week has truly, they are making a bigger impact on me than I am on them, and I'm thankful so much for Hope Missions.
In March of 2020, I got a phone call from a friend of mine at New Spring. What's that? And they said, hey, we need some volunteers down here. We have a shower trailer that we're running in front of Salvation Army. Of course, you know, it was, everybody's locked down, and I said, sure, I didn't have anything else to do. So I showed up. And then it was like one day a week, and and then it became 3 days a week. One of the things that we were seeing was that folks needed clothing because they were constantly asking, hey, have you got a t-shirt, or I need a pair of pants, I just need some clean underwear. So that's where the clothing room came into existence. We started praying about a more permanent space, which became the old coroner's office of all places, but it's nice for us. We have a lot of room to spread out. So my main job is just to check folks in and see if they need a shower, see if they need a hygiene bag, just kind of point them in the direction of different things that they need. All that started with a phone call that said, hey, can you come on a Monday and volunteer for a few hours?
Yeah, my name is Stan King, and I'm a volunteer at Hope Ministries. I've been here, I guess this is probably going on 3 months. I know Zoe and I know Dave, and we've done a few things together, and I heard what they were doing here. I came here one Monday morning, 6:30, and a man named Trevor, he's a volunteer here too. He met me at the door, shook my hands, and took me around, and then took me over to the coffee and said, your job is now, you are the coffee man. I start making coffee every day at 6:30, and I make it constantly till 10 o'clock. I never finish. This is the most amazing thing that I've ever seen. The way we love and serve the homeless people is incredible. If you haven't been here, please come. But be prepared. When you come, you will get hooked.